I'm Lucy.
And I'm Toby, and you're watching bwaySHO.com. Woo!
We're six. Whoa, whoa, we're six.
Hey everyone, Shoshana reporting for bwaySHO.com. Playtime's over as we chat with the Six Queens and the creative team ahead of their Broadway run for Six, the musical.
You see how impactful theater actually is and how impactful it can be, especially when you have something as special and as important as this show, and what the message is with the movement that's happening right now. It's exciting to see the effect that it has, especially on the youth right now.
Toby and I were friends at uni, and we talked for about a year about writing a show that had loads of like meaty roles for women and non-binary people, because our friends were those guys and never got to play the fun parts. And we were like, wait, we could write a show that meant that they could perform in fun roles.
Now that you met them as authors, as the co-director, she is the youngest female director ever on Broadway.
Wherever you go to see Six in the world, you will see different types of women and accents and colors, and it's such a cool phenomenon, and it's so cool. I'm speechless when I say, like, you will watch Six and see yourself in each and every one of these queens.
It was really evident that we wanted it to be a girl band show, so they needed to have handheld mics, but I said, well, obviously that's going to then make us be a little bit robotic sometimes with the choreography. So I was like, is there a way that these can just be kind of slipped in somewhere? Then our wonderful costume designer, Gabby Slade, came up with this little hoop that basically is just enough for them to slot the microphone in so that the microphone sits there. But the amount of practice belts and microphones that have been dropped in the process have been real. But we finally got there, and we finally have something that makes them hands-free.
And it's one of those things that you never think of as like being one of the most time-consuming aspects of rehearsals. I always think it's like, oh, it's like really hitting those difficult riffs, or it's like hitting that really difficult bit of footwork. And it's actually the mic belt. And no one's going to go like, man, the mic choreography was the best, but actually it is so hard. And I'm so impressed every time I see you or one of the associates do it, because I'm like, that is tricky as.
Yay, London Queens rock. They're amazing. It's so cool what they've gone through, and like to start it from the ground up with them, and to like kind of pass on the baton to us. It's been an honor to be able to take it up after them and go to Broadway with it. Yeah.
It's just been a blast. Like we've been aware from the start, like, oh, this is something special. Yeah.
I think I'm especially excited for young people to get to see it, although it can, appeals to so many people, which is awesome. However, I just remember what it was like to sit in an audience and be like, no one looks like me, no one talks like me. Like, I don't understand why I'm not up there. Maybe there's really not a place for me on the stage. Maybe this isn't my thing. I'll take a step back. And to just say no.
You look at every cast, from the ones that are on the cruise lines, the ones that you guys saw in London, no cast looks the same. No cast has the same type of accent, but the accent doesn't matter as long as you're telling the story and you're protecting the work. Just like it doesn't matter what you look like, you're telling the story, and if you're doing that queen justice, then the accent shouldn't matter.
And so the directors, Lucy and Jamie, made like a contingency plan of like, okay, like if a certain number of queens would do this concert version, like, or we get this person in, and at the very bottom was like, and if no one else can come in to step in, we're like ring Toby, lol, ha ha ha, as if. And then lo and behold, like 4 days later, I was like chilling in my flat, and they were like, hi, Toby, what are you doing this afternoon? And I was like, nothing. And they were like, do you want to come be Katherine Parr in the West End for 2 shows? And I was like, okay, yay! Ah! And then I like, rang Lucy, who was on a plane leaving to Florida. I was like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? She's like, don't make it about you. And I was like, good point. And then I turned to the theater, like very nervous, but I was like, oh, hey Queens, how's it going? This is gonna be really fun. Like really good. My acting started when I walked in the theater, and what I'm gonna say. But it was really fun, and like the Queens are really like, we were like supporting each other. It was the first time they'd done like a concert version, so we were like supporting each other through.
Comparison really diminishes the spirit. And something that I think is so magical about what Toby and Lucy have captured, and even working with Jamie and like Carrie-Anne, is that all the different productions are individual for a reason, not just because, oh, we're American and in the West End they're British, like not just for dialects and accents, but simply because every single woman that is involved in this process, alternates included, are completely individual. So every time you go outside, be you. Every time you inhale, breathe the way you breathe. And that way, when you meet someone else and you get a chance to work with, another woman that is just as strong as you are, you see yourself instead of comparing yourself, because we're not supposed to be the same. We're all supposed to be very different in every way possible.
It's like, the patriarchy is why I get to have this fun title. Do you know what I mean? So at the same time as being like, wow, this is amazing, and I feel so like privileged to have this opportunity, what I'm hoping is that me being the youngest woman to direct a show on Broadway, and that being kind of like a visible thing, inspires other people very quickly to break my record and like claim that space. Do you know what I mean?
And show young people that they are welcome on the stage and they are welcome in art and that they should all be making art, and that all of their voices should be heard. Like, that's what really excites me.
Don't lose your heads as Six opens on Broadway on March 12th. Previews begin February 13th. For video of the West End Queens, you can head over to my bwaySHO YouTube channel. That's bwaySHO. There you can also see these queens performing at BroadwayCon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the show.
We're 6.